Well, would you look at that? The rumors are in fact true. State of Play does return tomorrow, 6 p.m. Eastern time, and hopefully it'll be a fairly good show, you guys. Like, at this point, my expectations out of Sony are absolutely in the gutter. Watch September 24th on YouTube and Twitch for news and updates from over 20 titles. State of Play is back tomorrow, September the 24th. Tune in live for news and updates on more than 20 upcoming PS5 and PSVR 2 games from studios around the world. The 30-plus minute show begins September 24th at 3 p.m. Pacific Time, 6 p.m. Eastern. And at September 25th, 12 a.m. CEST and 7 a.m. JST on YouTube and Twitch, and will be broadcast in English and Japanese. See you tomorrow. So they're not saying anything like don't expect any announcements from first party, don't expect any new game reveals. Sometimes they do add that little bit of a nugget in there to temper expectations. This is a State of Play. It's not a showcase. It's only going to be 30 minutes or a little above 30 minutes. Over 20 titles will be given updates on, and guys, I don't think this is too tall of an ask. Look, 2 days after the State of Play, PlayStation Pro pre-orders are going to open up. Now is absolutely the time. I mean, it's been the time for a long time, but now more than any other time before, it is time to get people excited about PlayStation first party. And I'm gonna be real with you guys, it's been a long time since people have been this down on PlayStation as far as their content output. $700 console, no big budget games, and they have nothing in the pipeline for 2025 from first party. We know that Death Stranding 2 is coming out next year, and I'm sure that'll get a bit of an update, but what about first party? Sony Bend, Bluepoint, Sucker Punch obviously goes to Naughty Dog. Naughty Dog has yet to put out a new game this generation, and they might not put out a new game this generation. It's just not a great time for PlayStation, but certainly the issue is right now they don't have any competition, and it really doesn't matter if they put out any big games. But I can't remember the last time where people were this down on PlayStation and their output outside of like really going back to the PlayStation 3 days. I feel like with the PlayStation 4, that entire generation, people were really captivated by what PlayStation is doing. But this generation, a lot of resources spent on live service title, not a lot of first party titles, only one major title in 2023 in Spider-Man 2, 0 major titles in 2024. Yes, they got Astrobot, but that's a smaller scale game. 2025 still has nothing revealed, and in 2024 their biggest thing is a $700 premium console, and I'm not even as down as on the PS5 Pro as a lot of other people, but from an optics standpoint, bringing out a $700 console with no software to go along with it from first party is just a horrendous look. I cannot exemplify how horrendous of a look that is when you're releasing a console that expensive and you don't have premier games to go along with it. On top of that, you're talking about Horizon Zero Dawn Remastered and Days Gone Remastered. Like, this is the state of PlayStation, and some people seem like, oh, you're expecting too much out of PlayStation. Guys, my expectation out of a showcase prior to their new console going available for pre-order is one first-party game and maybe a smaller collection to get announced alongside that. If at this point that is me expecting too much out of PlayStation, what does that say about the expectation levels a lot of people have on PlayStation? One game and one collection. That would honestly make me satisfied given how much of an atrocity PlayStation has been for the last 18 months or so. All I'm asking for is one major first-party game and then maybe a smaller scale game. Get your remasters in there because y'all ain't putting out any new games, and I will be satisfied with that because my expectations are so low out of PlayStation. But if you're telling me that me wanting a single first-party game that's from a major studio, and that is me expecting too much, me saying that I want to see the reveal of Sucker Punch's next game when they haven't put out a game in over 4 years, that's me expecting too much, or wanting to hear about Naughty Dog's next title when they haven't put out a new game in how many years? 4.5 years or so? That's me expecting too much? Like, I don't think that's expecting too much. What I think the issue nowadays is that people's expectations are so low out of PlayStation, and my expectation might just be a tad bit higher. They're doing a State of Play event. All I want is one first-party game. If we can get one first-party game next year, Death Stranding 2, get all your remasters out there, and maybe a collection of some of those lost in the ether PS3 games, bro, I would be happy at this point. I would be happy with that, but hopefully we can set the table, because at this point, if they don't reveal a brand new game for 2025 from first party, is 2025 gonna be another off year from PlayStation and first party? That would be insane if you're talking no major first party releases in 2024 and no major first first-party release in 2025, and it would be a good time to also get people excited for the PlayStation 5 Pro if you had gameplay to show out of a major first-party title running on the PlayStation 5 Pro. I think that would get a lot of people excited, and I do believe from a timing standpoint, there's a very specific reason on why this state of play is happening on September 24th, 48 hours before the PlayStation 5 Pro goes live for pre-orders. I think this is very tactically done, and hopefully they have a state of play event that's gonna get people actually excited, because over 20 titles to look at, and if you show a Death Stranding 2 running on the PS5 Pro, if you show another major reveal running on the PlayStation 5 Pro, I think that'll get people excited, and people will want to check that console out, even at $700. And I've been very vocal about the fact that I don't think a $700 console is the absolute death sentence for Sony. It's perceived to be that way for a lot of people, but I think if they have a quality lineup to showcase at the State of Play event just 48 hours before the PS5 Pro goes live for pre-order, I think that will at least get some people excited. I think people will be excited to pre-order the console, and I still believe the console is going to sell out immediately. Obviously, the 30th anniversary console is going to sell out immediately, but I think the PS5 Pro is going to do just fine. But from an optics standpoint and the perception of PlayStation from the wider gaming community, I feel like if you do have a high-quality first-party title, just one, I'm asking for one, I'm not asking for 5, I'm not asking for 3, I'm asking for one game out of first-party. After 2024 had nothing, after 2023 had one game, and generally speaking, you would get 2 major games from first-party a lot of the times. 2022 had Horizon Forbidden West, God of War Ragnarok, and Gran Turismo 7 off the top of my head. 2021 had Ratchet Rift Apart and Returnal. 2020 had a bunch of stuff as well. 2020 had a lot of stuff, actually. Last of Us Part 2, Ghost of Tsushima, Spider-Man Miles Morales, Demon Souls, which at that point I don't believe Bluepoint was acquired by Sony, but still, you had Demon Souls in there as well. And 2023 and 2024 have just been so lackluster. A big part of that was because of how much emphasis they put onto live service, but hopefully by 2025 we can at least get one major game, a Ghost 2, something out of Ben's studio, who haven't dropped a game since 2019. Again, I don't feel like I'm asking for the world, I'm just asking for the baseline. One first-party game and maybe one collection. Like, if they announce a Ghost of Tsushima 2 and Ratchet Future Collection, clap my hands, that's good. I'm happy with that. Get all your remasters in there. Get your Horizon Zero Dawn remaster. Get your Days Gone remaster. I will be happy with that because my expectations at this point are fairly low. And even then, some people are going to be like, you're expecting too much. But hopefully, this will be an opportunity for Sony to build some goodwill with their audience and announce some games that people are actually going to be excited for. But that's going to do it for me. Let me know all of your thoughts in the comment section down below. Sound off there. Thank you for watching, and goodbye. Hey guys, we hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, make sure to hit the subscribe button, and if you're already subscribed, do us a favor and hit the bell icon. This way you'll be notified whenever we post a new video. That's the best way to keep up with all of our uploads, and we usually try to upload 2 videos a day. And with the bell icon hit, you'll be notified whenever we do upload a video. As always, thanks for watching.